Thanks for watching and clicking on our link about our credit restoration video segment for the Mark Taylor team. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about. Credit restoration is a massive part of the mortgage and the credit card industry and financing as a whole. One of the things we pride ourselves in is we've been doing credit restoration in various guises for 16 years that I've been a mortgage professional. One of the key elements of credit restoration is that we do not call it credit repair. It is my personal belief credit repair is a scam. It's a way for an individual to consistently charge you for doing stuff that we can do for you complimentary and that you can actually do for yourself. There is no magical way to make things disappear off your credit. If your credit says what it says and there's an error, we can remove that error quite happily if it is a factual error. If you have a judgment on there that hasn't been paid, we can change it to show it's been paid. You can't magically make that judgment disappear. Our job is to make your credit come clean as quickly as possible to get you the highest credit score. And that's what Donna, bless her heart, who took on this challenge a couple of years ago to really get into the mechanics of understanding how credit works and how best to restore our consumers' credit. Because if you're watching this video, you might have some credit challenges. It's not uncommon for you to call us within 30, 60, 90 days, have you into a home with a little bit of effort from you, a lot of hard work from Donna. Or if it's more of a long-term process, such as our short sale clients or foreclosure clients who've gone through the process and have been late on their mortgage, we will walk you through the 2 or 3 year process to get you back into a home as quickly as possible. So Donna, quite a challenge.
Yes, it is.
It sometimes can be fun and it sometimes can be a real chore, right?
Correct.
When you're dealing with consumers, what would you say their biggest confusion is about getting their credit restored?
Their biggest confusion is how long it's going to take.
Okay.
They think it could be done overnight, and that's not necessarily the case.
So let's say someone has something on their credit report today that they have proof that is an error. Typically, how long does it take?
That, if they have proof, I can send it into the credit bureaus. We can do a rescore, and it can take 3 days, and we can get their score up.
Okay, now, in 3 days, what do they have to pay for? Remember, we're not making any money on this, are we?
No, we're not.
We're donating our time.
Correct.
And our experience.
Right.
So, when they are given a charge, who does that money go to, that charge?
Goes strictly to the credit bureaus.
Okay, and the credit bureaus are the entities that are responsible for reporting correctly or incorrectly someone's credit items and credit history.
Correct.
Okay, so when someone comes to you with multiple items on there that need to be fixed, they need to be fixed so that they can buy another house, repair their credit cards, or all of the above?
All of the above.
So what are the current scores right now that we need for an FHA loan?
2 scores over 620 or better.
Okay, and you know about the new legislation where it's going to be 640 and 660, right?
Right.
And for those of you who don't know, there is something now coming down the pipeline called tier pricing. They can statistically prove that a 620 FICO score has a higher likelihood of foreclosure, and therefore a higher rate will be charged when we give you a mortgage. Basically a 1/4 to 3/8 of a point depending where you are and with which investor. So it's very important for us to correct your credit score. Talk to us about the process that you go through with a client when they call you. What do you do?
I take a full-blown loan application.
Mm-hmm.
I run their credit.
Mm-hmm.
They are responsible to pay for their credit at that
And how much
time.
is that?
For a single person, it's $16.30, and for 2 people, it's $17.60.
But wait a minute, I signed up for the ding 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 ding, I can't get a job at Red Lobster guy from freecreditreport.com. Why should I pay you 17 bucks?
Well, I feel that the report that we pull is so accurate versus the one that they can get for free credit. When I go against those, usually their score is a little higher, if not more higher, than the free credit.
For those of you who don't realize that, a mortgage credit report has a data scan system in it. It goes back 11 years. It also has a Hawk report to make sure that your social security number belongs to you, and is usually 15 to 20 pages. Your free bureau only goes back a couple of years and doesn't give us the necessary history, so the free credit report has a much higher score that when you come to us as a mortgage professionals, you're frustrated that we can't lend to you because it really isn't a valid credit report that we can finance from. So when you pull the credit and you see that there are challenges on there, what's the next step for you and for the consumer?
Well, I send them a copy of their credit report. I ask them to call me once they get it. I'll look at it in the meantime. There's also a credit analyzer we can do, or a what if we can do, to see how we can raise their scores.
Now that's that cool gadget where you can plug in scenarios and tell them what their potential score will be
Correct.
if they do certain things.
Yes.
And that's not what a credit repair agency does, right?
No.
They don't offer that.
No.
They just want to take your money, right? And
Correct.
send off those silly little
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah.
Okay. Do silly little letters really work?
Yes, they do, though.
Okay.
They do work. And we also send out letters for our consumers.
Very good. So it's basically a one-stop shop with the goal of getting them towards home ownership as quickly as possible,
Correct.
allowing them if you've been through a short sale and been late, you might not be able to purchase a home for 2 years, but in the 2-year process, we'll send you your credit report every quarter and show you where it's improving and advise you of the cost of credit being reduced. Your insurance payments will go down in your car. You can reestablish credit cards during the process. That's our goal. So when you eventually get into the home, the cost of credit has been reduced dramatically, you can afford more home, and basically you can start your credit life all over again. It isn't that hard. The number one reason our program fails is because of whom?
The consumer. They really are not interested in getting their credit scores up.
And what is the number one reason someone cannot get a car, credit card, rent a property, get a job now, or finance a house?
Their credit score.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions, feel free to reach out to Donna or myself or Kimberly or even Tara. We'd be happy to walk you through the very simple process of getting you back to home ownership or getting your credit restored completely.